My people, on a good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on your time zone and where you are hearing us from. Biafra Must Win channel. On this channel, we bring back to back on wetin dey happen for Biafra land and all over the world. This morning, we come across this news. This very one will make you know that there is no more hope in this country called Nigeria. Everything don scatter, everything don dabaru. Hear the news in detail. Please do well to like, share, comment, and subscribe. God bless you.
Finally, the 001 of Nigeria don finally speak, my people. No be small thing o. See, Tinubu, the Nigerian president, don finally talk to Nigerians. At least Nigerians go know where they stand this 2026. Just pay attention. He don finally address Nigerians. It's been long. People have been waiting, expecting speech from president of Nigeria, talking of when those 11 soldiers were detained in Burkina Faso, the airstrike, the US airstrike in Sokoto, lot of things that have been going on in Nigeria that the Nigerians have been expecting the president, the 001, they hope to talk to them. He don't finally talk to Nigerians. Everything don't scatter. But the thing be say, there is no other way out. When I listen to my president, just pay attention to the Nigerian president addressing the citizen of a country who he is the president, the leader, the number one of that country. Just pay attention, please. You still get many things when you listen to inside this video. Just listen to this part first.
Our economy is going through a tough patch and you are being hurt by it, I know. The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Did you guys just hear that? That he wished there is other way out, but there is not. That there is no other way out inside this problem where there is in Nigeria. Insecurity, poverty, inflation. All these things going on in Nigeria, that there is no other way out. Say, now like this, it will be, my people. This man has just spoke his mind. And some new still carry placards. They walk out for streets. They say, Tinubu 2027. Tinubu 2027. I don't know what they do some people. This is a speech from the president of a country addressing the citizen of that country. That he wish there is other way out. But there is not. I think that AI be this. Guys, watch this video again.
Our economy is going through a tough patch and you are being hurt by it, I know. The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not.
Now, let's listen to one of the US congressmen that visited Benue State for the investigation of the Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. Guys, pay attention to this video. This is just his own encounter, his own investigation. There were about how many of them that visited Benue State for that investigation. What he saw in Nigeria, regardless of all the propaganda, all of the hide and seek game that some of them were trying to play, US sent delegates to Nigeria to investigate the actual thing going on in Nigeria. Now listen to this congressman and do well to share this video. There is still another video at the end of this particular one. See how
terrorists have been attacking churches, abducting worshipers for years now. And to investigate this Christian persecution is Congressman Riley Moore of West Virginia, sitting on the House Appropriations Committee. And the congressman has a tie to this story because you just traveled with a congressional delegation to Nigeria to see what's happening, doing so firsthand. Can you share that with us? Because it's one thing for us to report it, but for someone that was on the ground to see it, what can you share?
Yes, and Sean, we went there just the beginning of last month in December, and part of that was at the instruction of the president, who had asked myself and Chairman Tom Cole, the House Appropriations Committee, to investigate what's going on in Nigeria. So we went there, and I will tell you the stories that we got from the ground, talking to internally displaced individuals, Christians who were living in these refugee camps, IDP camps. It was just absolutely heartbreaking. I had met a woman who had all 5 of her children murdered right in front of her. And she was pregnant and was able to escape, had the child in one of these refugee camps. I met another woman who had her husband and 2 daughters murdered right in front of her, and they actually killed her unborn child. I mean, this is the most barbaric violence that you can imagine. And now we've had ISIS issue a statement saying, Christians of Nigeria, convert or die, or you can pay the tax to live under our caliphate. We cannot stand by and allow the slaughter of Christians to continue in Nigeria. And the good news here is that the government of Nigeria is working with the United States. This strike that we had was in coordination and cooperation with the Nigerian government. So we are moving in a positive direction in all of this. I think there's going to be a strategic security framework that's going to be set up at some point here soon in between our 2 countries that is in the works, where we will be able to do some capability gap fillers for the Nigerians and their military, and then also provide the type of support like we did on Christmas with 12 Tomahawk cruise missiles, which, by the way, was the first time in 2 years you'd not had Christians massacred on Christmas. Instead, we had terrorists paying the price this Christmas.
When you went in December and you visited the displaced persons camp, the IDP camps in Nigeria, I'm seeing some photos. Can you talk to what we're looking at?
Yeah, that woman with the child is actually the one that I just talked about, who had 5 of her children murdered in front of her and was able to escape. That's her right there. And that's all that's left is her and her child, and she's still living in an IDP camp. And to be clear, the Fulani Islamic militants that are in the middle belt of that country, which is where we were visiting these IDPs, they are continually attacking IDP camps as we speak. So for all the naysayers that say this isn't about persecution of Christians and they're not being targeted, then why are they burning down churches? Why are they targeting IDP camps? Why is ISIS saying convert or die? You're going to see stories come out from the left, from the Democrats, from the liberals, saying, no, this is about climate change and land disputes, and this isn't about Christian persecution. I am telling you, as somebody who was on the ground, this is Christian persecution that is happening in Nigeria. And to be clear, there are all Nigerians that are being killed by these Islamic terrorists, but there is a specific focus on these Christian communities.
Yeah, again, from someone that actually went there, was on the ground, and who spoke to people there, sharing that story to confirm it. I wanted to get your final thoughts really quickly here. The U.S. military, the administration, was able to capture Nicolas Maduro and his wife. He's now in a federal courthouse in New York. We've seen protests in New York that support Maduro. Though Venezuelans seem very happy that he is taken out of office, those that live in America that are Venezuelans are happy that he's taken out of office. But then you have the protesters out there that are saying hands off of Venezuela, free Maduro. Congressman, just your thoughts again. I mean, we've seen flags from every different nation. Now we're seeing the Venezuelan flags, but only for the people that are supporting Maduro. Talk to us about this, because every flag you're seeing is anything but the American flag and America first. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this is par for the course right now, and I think we do have to take this seriously. I mean, I know these people look and sound ridiculous when they're out there chanting these things, but they actually believe them. They want to see the destruction of the United States. They're well aware of the stakes that are going on here. We have an Islamic communist mayor of New York City. You also have one in London as well. This is a fight for our Western civilization, which they are adamantly opposed to this country, our way of life, and our civilization. So that's why you have people out there chanting these socialist slogans and supporting folks like Maduro, who was a narco terrorist, who, by the way, was inviting the Chinese into his country to build a military base, Cuban Missile Crisis all over again. We're not going to allow our adversaries to control space and threaten the security of Americans here within our own hemisphere. We are not going to do that. So you can think about this as the Monroe Doctrine 2.0 or the Donroe Doctrine, since it's Donald Trump. But that is what is happening here. And make no mistake, when Donald Trump makes a statement that you are no longer going to threaten us, kill our people with drugs or anything else, take it seriously. And I would say the same thing to the people in Nigeria. Do not test this president's resolve. Many have tried and all have failed.
Congressman Riley Moore with that. Congressman, thank you. Great to see you. We appreciate the time.
Okay, now we are listening to these bandits, these people protesting in this particular video. This video down here. These Boko Haram people now, they are protesting in northern part of Nigeria against Trump.